Something unusual is happening on the Las Vegas Strip tonight. Most tourists walking these streets don't even realize it. The dollar blackjack tables are gone. Resort fees have quietly climbed past $35 a night. Crowd density has dropped by 40%. The city that was built for everyone is being quietly redesigned, and who it is being built for now changes everything. On any given weekend in the 1990s, the Las Vegas Strip pulsed with the energy of mass tourism. Casino floors buzzed with rows of $1 and $5 blackjack tables, drawing crowds of first-timers and regulars alike. Families lined up for all-you-can-eat buffets that promised steak, shrimp, and desserts for under $15. Hotel packages bundled airfare, rooms, and show tickets for a price that made a spontaneous getaway possible for middle-class travelers from across the country. Parking was free at nearly every resort, a small but telling signal that visitors were welcome to linger as long as they liked. This model was built on volume. Operators counted on thousands of guests filling every seat at the slots, crowding the lobbies, and queuing for buffets late into the night. The average daily rate for a hotel room hovered near $120 in the early 2000s, with resort fees either non-existent or capped at $10. Nevada's gaming tax structure encouraged casinos to keep table minimums low, maximizing the number of hands played and the churn of chips across the felt. The Strip's reputation as an affordable playground was reinforced by national advertising campaigns promising fun for the whole family. Visitors could walk from one themed mega resort to the next, sampling the Eiffel Tower, Egyptian pyramids, and pirate battles all in a single evening. For decades, the city's economic engine ran on the idea that anyone, regardless of budget, could step into the lights and try their luck. A mid-tier Strip hotel in 2024 lists a room at $140, but the final bill tells a different story. A mandatory resort fee, now $35 to $40 per night, joins taxes and parking, pushing the average nightly cost to $183.52. For many, the true price appears only at checkout, the fine print now a firm line on the receipt. The shift is unmistakable at the tables as well. Minimum bets at flagship casinos have climbed to $15 or $25, with $5 tables nearly extinct along the main corridor. A pit boss at Caesar's Palace notes the change: fewer casual players, quieter pits, and a clientele willing to risk more per hand. Slot attendants mention longer pauses between plays, as budget-conscious gamblers hesitate or walk away. Crowd density on the Strip has dropped sharply. Nevada Gaming Control Board counts and mobile ping analytics reveal a 30 to 40% decline in peak-hour foot traffic since the pandemic. Walkways that once teemed with tourists now feel sparse, especially on weeknights. Meanwhile, VIP lounges and high-limit rooms draw steady business, catering to a narrower, wealthier crowd. On October 28, 2023, a ticketing glitch in a Wynn VIP lounge sparked a sudden stampede, injuring 3 people and igniting a wave of online anxiety. For many, the evidence is clear: higher costs, fewer affordable options, thinner crowds, and the occasional viral scare now define the Strip's new reality. UNLV's Center for Gaming Research tracks the Strip's changing economics with a blunt assessment. The old model of affordable fun is being replaced by a strategy that prizes high-spending guests and blockbuster events. Its analysts point to data from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, with conventions alone generating $2.1 billion in direct spend last year, and the top 10 events accounting for nearly half of that total. The Strip's largest operators now report that 20 to 25% of their guests, those in the highest spending tiers, are responsible for the majority of gaming and amenity revenue. A revenue manager at a major Strip casino describes the new calculus. They say they focus on growing the premium segment and that loyalty programs are structured to reward guests who spend at least $5,000 per visit. That is where the growth is. Casino executives defend these shifts as necessary for survival in a global market. MGM Resorts, in its latest earnings transcript, outlines a deliberate pivot. The company says it is optimizing resort fees and minimum bets to align with premium product delivery, and that the goal is not just to fill rooms, but to maximize per-guest profitability. Caesars Entertainment's corporate strategy echoes this, emphasizing tailored pricing and exclusive access for their highest-value loyalty members. Tourism analysts, however, warn that this approach risks alienating the broader visitor base. They cite Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority data showing that while overall visitor volume has dipped below pre-pandemic peaks, spend per guest is rising sharply, especially among the top 20%. The numbers reveal a deliberate segmentation. More revenue is coming from fewer, wealthier guests, with flagship events and high-limit experiences driving the shift. As operators double down on this model, the debate intensifies over whether the Strip can sustain its legendary appeal while chasing ever higher margins. Downtown Las Vegas tells a different story. On Fremont Street, the lights still draw crowds, but the faces have changed. A business owner who has run a casino here for over 20 years describes the shift as unmistakable. He says they are seeing folks who used to stay on the Strip coming here for the first time in years. They are looking for value, for that old Vegas feeling. Numbers back him up. According to the Fremont Street Experience Economic Impact Report, downtown foot traffic rose by 12% between 2022 and 2024. This is not just a weekend spike. It is a steady climb, measured by pedestrian sensors and confirmed by gaming revenue reports from Clark County. While the Strip's visitor volume softens, Fremont's casinos are filling their tables with price-sensitive guests. People who once would never have left Las Vegas Boulevard. Survey data from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority paints a sharper picture. In 2018, 85% of middle-income visitors said they plan to return to the Strip within 2 years. By 2023, that number had dropped to 70%. The decline is concentrated among guests earning under $75,000 a year, a group that built the city's reputation for accessible fun. Many now split their stay, booking one night on the Strip for nostalgia, then moving downtown to stretch their budget. The average spend per downtown visitor remains 10 to 15% lower than on the Strip, but the volume is rising, and so is the sense of loyalty among these return guests. For operators on Fremont, this migration is a lifeline. For Strip executives, it is a warning sign. The more the classic Vegas crowd drifts downtown, the greater the risk that the Strip's transformation becomes a permanent divide, one that leaves behind the visitors who once made Las Vegas the city where everyone belonged. Two sharply different paths now stand before the Las Vegas Strip. One scenario is already taking shape, a luxury corridor stretching from Bellagio to Wynn, where high-limit gaming, private lounges, and premium entertainment define the experience. In this version of the future, resort fees stabilize at $40 or more, minimum table bets rarely fall below $15, and major events set the tone for pricing across the board. Operators invest in exclusive amenities and digital concierge services, targeting guests who spend thousands per visit. The Strip becomes a showcase for global conventions and celebrity residencies, with the average visitor more likely to arrive by private jet than on a budget flight. But the alternative is visible just a few miles north, where downtown Las Vegas is capturing the value-seeking crowd. Fremont Street's casinos are filling tables with guests priced out of the Strip, offering lower minimums and transparent fees. This path preserves the classic Vegas promise: accessible fun and a sense of belonging for the everyday traveler. The risk for the Strip is clear. If the luxury-first model fails to deliver consistent growth, or if competitors like Atlantic City and Macau adapt faster, the Strip could lose its grip on both ends of the market. The next decade will reveal which vision prevails, and whether Las Vegas can remain a city for everyone. Reliable data is the foundation for understanding how Las Vegas is changing, yet some of the most important numbers remain out of reach. There is no central registry tracking table minimums across the Strip, leaving both researchers and visitors in the dark about where affordable play still exists. The Nevada Gaming Control Board publishes an annual survey, but participation is voluntary, and the results are often incomplete. This lack of transparency complicates efforts to monitor how rising minimums affect who can participate in classic games. To address these gaps, policy experts have proposed deploying sensor networks to measure real-time foot traffic and table activity, providing a clearer picture of crowd density and player churn. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority has begun developing a Visitor Experience Index, a composite score designed to track satisfaction, value perception, and accessibility across different price tiers. With better data, operators and policymakers could respond more precisely to shifting visitor needs, rather than relying on anecdote or incomplete snapshots. Tonight, the Las Vegas Strip stands at a crossroads. As resort fees and minimum bets rise, the divide between exclusivity and accessibility grows sharper. The city's future now hinges on who it chooses to welcome and who it leaves behind. What happens next will define its legacy.